Hello and welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley, and for the next hour here on Verbling, we are going to have a conversation and practice our English by talking about advertising. We all love advertising, don't we? Yay, advertising. By the way, this is sometimes a topic that comes up in IELTS, occasionally TOEFL. So for those interested in taking examinations or even BEC or CAE, especially BEC actually, the business version of IELTS, definitely might be worth your while to join me, learn some new vocabulary, practice speaking on this topic, and of course I will give you feedback. All right. Again, today's conversation is advertising. I'm going to attempt to adjust my camera here. That seems to be a little strange. Make some adjustments here. Okay. Again, welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. And our topic today will be advertising. I'll be talking to you a little bit about advertising in your country. Are there advertisements you like? Are there advertisements you hate? What sorts of advertising happen in your country? Are there rules or laws in your country governing how much or how little advertising you see? And we'll talk about the effectiveness of advertising in your country, or for you even. Okay, so join me, have a little conversation and practice our English. Talk about advertising. Whew, a little hot here. Does advertising actually influence your buying decisions? Also, I'm interested to ask students if there's any new forms of advertising in their countries. New forms of marketing and advertising. Well, okay. Hello. Hello, Max. Welcome to the class.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
How are you?
I'm okay. Haven't had a chance to talk to you.
Nice to hear that. I have a pain in the throat. I don't know how to say that. I can't. It's a little bit hard to talk.
Okay. Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay. Heidi, all right, let me say hello to Heidi. Heidi?
Hello, nice to see you again.
You still hear echoing?
Yeah, only Mike. Max, and what's the food name? A dog's computer is echoing. Maybe he had some problem or he doesn't use earphone or something problem. Or open another window.
Okay. All right. All right.
Oakley, can you hear some echo?
I can't, actually.
And I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, just the person who have echo can't hear echo. Other people can hear that. For example, open your microphone now. Please open your microphone. I talk. How about the teacher? My voice is echoing?
No.
No.
Not for me.
Not for me.
No.
I do hear a little feedback squeak every once in a while, but that's...
I think Heidi tried to advertise her headphones.
Yes, thank you for the segue. Which our topic today is advertising. Okay. Fair enough. All right, we're going to talk about advertising a little bit. What is your feeling about advertising? Some people actually just hate advertising. Some people are ambivalent. They don't really care one way or the other. Some people kind of enjoy it. A few people. Very few, I think. But Max, let's start with you. What is your feeling about advertising? Or do you have any feeling about advertising in general? General question.
General, it's annoying me, really.
Okay. Okay. Generally, all right. It annoys me. Right.
Annoys.
Yeah, you would probably use present simple tense. Generally, it annoys me. Well, because it's a general state. So, of course, present simple. Generally speaking, it annoys me. And here's a generally speaking. And then usually that what we are generally speaking about would be in present simple tense. All right. Anything in particular about advertising that annoys you? Max? I asked you generally, and you answered generally, so you answered my question, but is there anything specifically that annoys you? Okay.
Sorry, Oakley.
It's okay.
Hello, Nadir. Okay.
Hi, Nadir. By the way. Hello. Welcome to the class, Nadir. Hi there.
Hi, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. Hello, hello. Happy Monday morning. I'm advertising for Monday morning. It's the best day of the week. You'll love Monday morning. Get your Monday morning while they're fresh and hot. Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll talk to you in a second. Let me ask Heidi. Heidi, generally speaking, how do you feel about advertising?
It's kind of information of new device.
All right. So you find some advertising to be useful?
Yeah, for example, detergent. Sometimes, often have advertisement of detergent. Then I can compare which is better. But actually, they say all good things. Somehow I can get information. What's new or something.
Right. And what you said just reminded me. Do you ever watch the demonstrations in the mall where they demonstrate products, or they give free samples?
Yeah, often. For example, in a supermarket, we can eat some small amount of food, ham or sausage or cheese.
Right. Hey, I have to tell you this because it blew my mind. A couple weeks ago, I went food shopping at the supermarket, and they had free samples of wine. You could drink wine in the supermarket.
Yes.
Crazy. Well, that would be totally illegal in the United States, so it was for me that was very strange. And the very next week, they had they were they were giving away free samples of brandy, hard liquor, but nobody was taking it.
The department of the underground floor is almost okay food. So foreigners know about that. So travelers come to the department store at the underground. Then all food shop has small samples.
Really?
Eat the samples. They don't need to eat lunch.
Ah, okay. Just a little buffet.
Yeah.
Okay, a little this, a little that. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Okay, Max, back to your question. You said you don't like advertising. Is there anything specific that you do not like, that you dislike?
Actually, I don't know. Maybe something in the page, in the websites. For example, yeah, sometimes it's very, how to say, rude or very nude person.
Okay. Yeah. Max, do you ever get the internet advertisements that tell you you are the 100,000th visitor? Flashing.
Yeah, actually, I very like it, man.
That's not annoying at all. Yeah. It's amazing how many times I've been the 1 millionth or 100,000th visitor. Wow, I'm so lucky. It's amazing. I refresh the website, and I'm again the 100,000th. How does that happen? Wow, it's a miracle. Sometimes, okay, that annoys me when advertising is so blatantly, a lie, so blatantly not true. It's ridiculous. That insults my intelligence. Come on.
I don't watch TV, but I think in TV very frequently they watch advertisements.
Yeah.
They show.
Are there lots of advertisements on TV in Russia?
A lot really.
In the United States, a half-an-hour program is actually 21 minutes, which means 21 minutes and 25 seconds or something like that. So that means the other 8 minutes and 30 seconds are advertising. So there you go. There's their proportion. Roughly.
I think in Russia, it depends on the channel. And sometimes it's 50 minutes and 2 minutes advertising.
Yeah. Okay. That's the way it is in the Philippines. In the United States, it's extremely standardized throughout the industry. I mean, there's cable channels like, HBO. Not that I'm advertising for HBO, but there aren't advertisements except for themselves. Yeah, in the Philippines, it's totally different. Each station is different. One station will play a half an hour and then play 10 minutes worth of advertising, which is really annoying, actually, because it's usually in the middle of a movie. Another will play advertisements every 10 minutes. It's different each and every channel. So it's hard to... In America, at least you can time the advertisements. They're all on at exactly the same time. Anyway.
Yeah, but in Russia we don't have some kind of law about it, and we have some benefits, future. I don't know how do you say, when 1st January.
Okay.
Christmas Christmas, New Year, and a lot of channel cut off advertising.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
That's actually interesting. In the holiday season? Wow.
Yeah, holiday.
Okay, that's when we get more advertising.
But yeah.
And more high pressure advertising because they're trying to sell. Actually, around Christmas in the United States, you get a lot of advertising aimed at children. which also kind of bothers me. Anyway, okay, Nader, how do you feel about advertising in general?
It's a necessary evil.
Okay.
If you are a customer, you may hate it. If you have the product, you cannot live without it, because you may have the best product in the world and you cannot sell it because you don't have enough marketing or enough advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand it from both point of views, but generally I hate it. But I know if I am the manufacturer or if I am selling the product, I cannot live without it.
Right. Well, that's a very practical viewpoint. Okay. And is there anything that you particularly like or dislike? Is there anything good about advertising, in your opinion? Heidi notes that it can be.
Yes. The only good thing I think about advertising is it keeps you informed.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the.
Okay. In your car?
No, I'm just walking. So it keeps you informed of all of the new products. But I was reading a book last week. It stated, I guess, how much is enough, which was a question in one of your classes. And they said that people will never be able to afford all of their needs if we don't have that much in advertising. We could afford all of our needs and live a happy life. But because of all of this pressure from marketing and advertising, we have to buy new products every day. So we'll never be able to retire early and be happier. So they were suggesting that the government imposes a lot of taxes on advertising and make it much expensive for the sellers. So they at least lessen it as much as possible, so people can live happier.
Yeah, but I see a problem with that. Wouldn't the companies then just pass on this added cost to the consumer?
Yes, but if it's very, very expensive, the product, if it's very, very expensive, you will not be able to buy it. So I guess at least you will buy less.
Oh, I see. Interesting. That's an interesting idea. Okay. Heidi, let me ask you, I don't know why, but I'm interested in Japan. In Japan, do they advertise like on buses, on the subway,
Yes,
billboards, all of that?
Many advertisement in the train.
In the train, yeah. Okay. And
hanging down from the ceiling.
Are there?
Yes. Weekly magazine or a lot of things. For example, advertisement for weekly magazine today published. Then there are many titles about news or something.
Okay. Are there any laws in Japan about billboards?
Yeah, there are many billboards, and even the staircase of subway. The side of all steps have an advertisement. So if you look up from the under the staircase, you can see a lot of advertisement.
Yeah, really? Okay. Are there any laws regarding billboards? Billboards are those giant signs next to the highway.
Yeah, a lot of advertisement of for highway or train, railway.
I don't know if here in the Philippines, billboard ads, like every other billboard ad, half of them seem to be about underwear. I don't know. Giant men and women standing around or sitting around in their underwear. I don't understand that, but
and even some restaurants, it's very famous in Osaka. signboard on just that restaurant has a signboard of the name of the restaurant, right? For example, the restaurant for crab, very big crab in front of the restaurant. So it's very easy to understand. Oh, it's a crab restaurant.
Right. Are there any laws regarding signage, signs, or billboards, like how big it can be, or if there can be billboards? Would they let you put up a billboard on the highway right in front of Mount Fuji, for example? Oh, you're trying to look at Mount Fuji, but all you see is billboards. Do they have laws about those kinds of things?
Around the Mount Fuji, I can't find any signboard, a big one, because
Right.
Mount Fuji is very beautiful. Maybe it's banned.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Because in the United States, there's very specific laws about how big your sign can be and how close to the road, and they're everywhere. They're usually local laws, but every place has them for sure. There are very strict laws about signage, talking about signs in general,
Mm-hmm.
advertising signs for business. Very strict laws, and very strict laws about where billboards can or cannot be. Like natural areas, you're not going to find any billboards. Yeah. Max, how about in Russia? Are there any laws for signs and billboards? How big or flashy or where they can be?
I think we have, but I don't familiar with that.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
I'm not familiar.
Okay,
With
all right.
really.
Okay.
Very popular to put car on the roof of garage, something like that, and do you understand? No.
No,
Uh,
this may be a new one for me.
yeah, repair shop, repair garage, and on the roof this garage stay car, something
The
like
sign.
advertising. Yeah,
Okay, the car is the sign, like that.
yeah, real car.
Right. Gotcha. Oh yeah. Oh, I kind of like those actually. I kind of like that kind of advertising where I don't know, they have.
Very often it's some kind of unique car, old car, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I kind of I don't know. It's crazy, but I kind of like that. Like if you ever watch the television cartoon show The Simpsons, they have the giant donut and the big boy sign. Oh yeah, the thing of the past. Okay, Nader, are there giant flashy signs in
Yes.
Saudi
Uh,
or in?
uh, when you are waiting at the traffic lights, you see these flashy signs, makes you blind. So I hate waiting, especially in the night. At
Okay.
night, it's very, very flashy. I
Hmm.
cannot. I have to close my eyes. So I avoid it.
Yeah.
So
mean,
I guess this I guess this kind of flashy signs may not be allowed in other countries. I'm not sure, but I
Yeah.
guess it's too flashy.
Yeah, it's different places, but I mean, if you've ever seen, well, flashy and lots of neon, I think of two places. I think of Las Vegas and I think of Tokyo, actually. Places with lots of flashing lights and different signs.
Yes, when I see pictures, I see these streets. They have so many big signs. It's very, very flashy.
Yeah. Okay. Another thing which I find a little annoying. I'm curious, Nader, do you know any jingles. Do you know what a jingle is?
Jingles?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Vocabulary. A jingle is the little song that they have attached to an advertisement, like on TV or the radio, or both. And they play a little song, and it's very, very memorable. Well, it goes back to mnemonic devices, you know. It's very,
Yes, yes,
very
yes.
simple.
Now I understand.
Yeah. You know, I don't know.
Yes, sometimes they use these famous songs and they take the tune and make it like an advertisement. So because people are very familiar with the song, but they change the words, so
Right.
they advertise their products, or they have their own melody for their advertisements.
And are these songs in English or Arabic?
Sure, in Arabic.
Okay. Do they ever have?
No,
does
sorry.
anybody-
They may. Now I understand. They may use the melody of an English song and they put Arabic words for it.
Ah, I see. Okay. I'm curious if there's ever English-speaking advertising. Of course.
So yes, in the Gulf areas they may have some because they have so many people from India and Philippines and everywhere. But in Egypt, it's not very common to advertise in English.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious about that. Where I live in the Philippines, it's about half and half, actually. Max? So,
I think if I make advertising in English, it will my money in the drain.
okay.
In Russian.
Okay. It will be putting my
Putting
throwing my
money in the-
throwing my money down the drain. Yeah, I had to.
yeah, thrown down the drain. Yeah.
Okay. Heidi, is there advertising in Japan in English, or is it
Japanese.
all
Well,
Japanese? Okay.
Japanese people can't speak English.
Well, some of them can.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious about that. And do you Heidi, can you remember any jingles?
Yeah, a lot of jingles. For
Yeah.
example, we have a lot of big chain store, electronic appliance shops, very big, like a department store. So each shop has some song, created song. For example, the shop name is Midori Denka, the green, like green. The Midori. I stayed in the shop, always I hear Midori.
Oh
very,
my.
very frustrating.
Oh yeah, I hear that. Oh, they love to do that in the Philippines. Yes, they play the same little jingle over
Yeah,
and over again while you're in the supermarket.
Supermarket fish shops have some advertisement song.
Really?
Fish Japanese name is sakana. So sakana.
Oh my gosh.
Always.
Yeah.
Content is sakana is very healthy. You should eat sakana every day, like that. Sakana.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, in the Philippines, in the supermarket, they play the same jingle over and over again, and you find yourself, getting near the end of your shopping and you're singing it to yourself.
Yeah, I dislike that, but sometimes I was walking down the street. I was singing the song, so I got frustrated.
Yeah, it's become subconscious. Yeah, I sing it in the supermarket, but I sing it with bad words. Right out loud. Here in the Philippines, they have this form of advertising, which it really makes me laugh. Very similar to that same idea, okay? There's a supermarket here, which they call the hypermart, kind of in itself an advertising word. Like super isn't super enough, they have to say hyper. But anyway, periodically, probably every 20 minutes or so, you will hear a tone play, doom, 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 like that. And instantly, all of the employees, they hear doom, 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 and they clap 3 times. And they all say in unison, "Happy to serve." It's so funny. And they do this every 20 minutes, so you know if it takes about an hour to shop, you're going to hear it at least 3 times. So it's very
The supermarket is a little strange. There are many people, staff, having some basket.
yeah. Philippines is strange. In a supermarket, there's going to be 100 employees. You know, in the United States there would be 12, but in the Philippines there's going to be 100 employees. So there's a lot of people.
Many employees.
Yeah.
I can think about that in Japan because
Yeah.
supermarket is that they want to remove manpower as
course.
much as they can.
Money, of course. Yes, I know. It's one of the things that freaks me out about the Philippines. But this story I was telling, the truly funny part of it is, the store's open from 10 in the morning till 8 at night. So if you go in at 11 in the morning, they're all happy to serve, very enthusiastic. They have very emotive intonation. But if you go in at 7:30 at night, it's like happy to serve. But all in unison. They're advertising, their marketing scheme sort of totally works against them as the day wears on and the employees get tired. Doesn't really work. So it's funny. Yeah. Speaking of that, Max, if I went to McDonald's or pretty much any fast food place or really any store here in the Philippines, believe me, someone always rushes right up to you and says, "Welcome to McDonald's," with a big smile, and somebody runs up and greets you wherever you go here, which shocks you. Does this happen in Russia? It's just part of their marketing, customer service.
I don't know.
You don't know about that.
Yeah, really.
It's strange. Yeah.
Strange, yeah.
Doesn't happen in the United States either.
I'd like to see how Philippines slaps.
Oh, you would. It's worth it, taking a trip to the supermarket just to see. It's really very funny. And because half the customers know it, half the customers join in too. So it's a little activity. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are there any kind of unique or different kinds of advertising that you've seen? Max, you brought up the car on the TV. Car on the TV. Sorry, car on the building. Nader, have you ever seen any really unique advertising caught your attention? Or is there any kind of...
I don't recall now, but I don't like that kind of marketing schemes, as you said. This happens, which happens in Philippines. This clapping all the time, because if you are a staff, you feel stupid, and you feel very bored. You see it for like 20 minutes or 1 hour, and you feel stupid. What about the staff who are doing it every day? So although I find that Filipino sellers are very, very polite here. If this is the best sellers I see here, because maybe because they don't have to do that, so maybe that's why they are happy.
They're happy. No, they're just happy.
Okay, because they are very, very polite. They are smiling all the time. This is not very common here to see the seller to be very cooperating like that.
Oh no, here in the Philippines, believe me, it's like that everywhere you go, all the time, every day. You very rarely meet a rude person in a store. It happens. Sometimes you do, but it's very, very rare. Usually they're just super enthusiastic to see you.
Because yeah, actually, I always thought about that. If I have a store here, I will hire Filipino to be the seller.
Sure. It's a good bet. Yeah. Okay. All right. Have you seen any strange forms of advertising? I'm curious if you guys have. For example, I don't know how they do this. I don't get it. But some people in the United States, they can. I don't know what they do. They get Coca-Cola, for example, to sponsor them, and they paint their car like the Coca-Cola white stripe and red. You guys know the logo, I'm sure. Anyway, they paint the car like that, and I don't know if they're paying for part of the car or they're paying for gas. I don't know the scheme really, but obviously you're driving around in an advertisement all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, recently in Egypt I have seen this especially taxis, not private cars. They go with these logos, and they may have a board advertising a product on their car. So now, and here in Saudi Arabia, any marketing companies, if they have a product or selling a product, they may come and paint your shop and the signs, so they put their logo on your shop sign. So you do the painting for free, and you do like they make the sign for you for free, and you are advertising their products. So for this shop owners,
yeah. Yes, they do the same thing in the Philippines. They'll have whatever. A company will make the shop sign, but unfortunately, whoever's doing what always happens, there'll be like 5 or 6 shops in a row, and they'll all have like identical signs, but it'll say
yes. That's
shop.
That's why I don't. Yeah. It's it's not a smart strategy to advertise your.
Yeah, doesn't differentiate you from the next store that has exactly the same model sign with a different name. Exactly. Actually, speaking of that, speaking of Coca-Cola, they have an advertising campaign right now. I just saw this yesterday, which is very kind of unique and interesting. Apparently, you can get your name on a. They're selling Coca-Cola bottles with common names, like regularly in stores, but also in malls. Malls are opening little kiosks, and believe me, they still love malls here, where you can buy a Coca-Cola with your name on it. Crazy. Instead of Coca-Cola, where it has it in the the writing font, the style of writing, but you can get your name, Oakley. Buy Oakley.
Before I heard the American story, someone put some blog or some place on the internet. I rent my forehead. So some company bought her forehead, and yes, he already painted some company's name.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
He got a lot of money.
For back, I think it was the end of the 90s. They didn't go anywhere with this idea, but they had like you know how men's dress pocket. You have a pocket here, like I have here, and there's a little thing that you could stick in your pocket, which would have like a little tiny billboard, like flashing LED lights. Buy Coke, buy Coke, buy something crazy like that. They didn't get very far with that, however. Heidi, have you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the same campaign, this Coca-Cola with names, is running here.
Oh, is it?
Yes, in Egypt. It's not here in Egypt. It's there. So
Okay.
people are acting very stupidly. They go and they buy this can, and they, have a selfie with it and put on Facebook or something.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's the idea, actually.
Yes, it's very, very successful campaign, actually.
I believe it. Heidi, are they doing this in Japan yet?
What?
You can have your name put on a Coca-Cola can.
No, I've never
not
heard
doing
about that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait. I bet they do it in Japan because Japanese people love to take selfies and love to take photos, little pose, holding the can. I can't wait. I'm sure they will do that in Japan because I'm sure that will be very popular.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Advertising for a good cause. I'm sure you guys have heard about the Ice Bucket Challenge, for example, speaking of marketing strategies.
Yeah, last month, no, several months ago, in Brazil, they held a soccer World Cup game, right? That time, their player, the top player got injured by Colombian guy. He kicked his back and he couldn't play anymore
Okay.
in the World Cup. So Brazil team defeated. Do you remember? I forgot the name.
Yes.
He had an ice bucket campaign challenge. Then after he had that campaign, he named another person, the Colombian guy. he kicked his back.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. Very funny. Yeah, well, talk about a viral marketing campaign. That I guess it's still going on. It became very, very viral.
You know Samsung. Samsung had an ice bucket challenge to their smartphone. Then he named next person as the iPhone.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of advertisement, and it means Samsung smartphone is very strong against the ice and the water.
Oh, he takes the. Look at that. See.
And he named next person the iPhone.
Right. I get it.
Your iPhone can do that, like
a challenge.
Yeah.
Double challenge. Ice bucket challenge and phone challenge, right?
Yeah, it's kind of advertisement.
Sure. Right.
I like it.
Right. So, in other words, one advertising campaign is piggybacking another advertising campaign, right? Piggyback, that's called. All right. Interesting, crazy English word you guys may not know. When you get a child on your back, all right, and ride him around like a horse or whatever, the kid is riding piggyback, it's called. So we can use it in this case. One advertising campaign is piggybacking another one. Interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if the Coca-Cola marketing campaign gets piggyback with selfies with like phones. People taking. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. Actually. Yeah. Can you guys think of any other unique campaigns? I have another one for you. A marketing campaign going on here in the Philippines. It's become annual. I think this is the third year. There's one TV broadcasting station company, and every year they have a challenge where you enter and then they pick you, and you go to a movie theater, and it's a marathon, a movie marathon. But the idea is you're not allowed to. They see how long you can go to win. You win quite a nice little chunk of money. But in any case, the idea is you have to watch the movies. You cannot, you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't cough, you can't, and you're going to watch scary movies. So you can't jump, and they monitor you with cameras. So you've got to just sit like perfectly still and watch the movies. It's crazy, but it's becoming wildly popular. And I saw something in the business section. During this period, they have this particular contest. Their market share rises dramatically. People want to, because you have to watch the channel. You see a little, I don't know, cartoon popcorn guy or something, and then you can enter the contest because you have to say what show you were watching, what time, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, hugely popular. Contests. Okay, do people like to do contests?
Before, yeah, Japanese cosmetic maker, very big maker, sponsored one movie. The title was something lip, mysterious lip or something. Then the actress used the lipstick. Then just at that time, they published their new lipstick color, the same name of the title, movie title.
Well, okay. That's a cooperative, 2 campaigns at once. Okay, sure. All right. They launched, when you have a new product, excuse me, you launch a new product is the verb we usually use. Launch a new product. Nadir, did you have one that you were thinking of?
No, but speaking of Ice Bucket, do people forget the reason for the campaign and just challenging each other? Like very trendy. It's becoming very trendy, but I don't see here anybody donating anything for the cause.
Yeah, are they still donating money, or are they just doing the action? I'm curious. I don't know.
Yes, because I see people only doing the actions here. Even if they are famous and they can donate a lot of money, they don't donate anything. Just naming people and they do the action.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I'm not sure, but yeah, yeah, I'm not sure. Are they just doing the action and then posting themselves on Facebook or whatever, or they actually? I know that the campaign has generated a lot of money for the cause.
Yes, I'm very sure, because when you see people like Bill Gates and those famous people, they do donate, and this Facebook owners, those people donate. I'm very sure of that. But talking about a lot of, I saw many actors and actresses here. I don't think they donate anything than just doing the action. That's all.
I don't know. Yeah, I see your point. Definitely. Yeah. Okay.
But I guess Bill Gates, who said that if I have like budget, I give like 10% or something, 20% for the product, and 80% for the marketing of the product.
Really?
I'm not sure it was Bill Gates or someone else, but I guess some famous guys did so. That he is, if he has like a budget, he for any product he does the same.
Okay.
Which shows the importance of the marketing and advertising for any product.
It does, but the one you gave me an idea, and the idea was that seems inefficient. Which reminds me of another form of advertising, probably the most inefficient form of advertising, which is email and spam. Do you guys ever open a spam email? I mean, like ever? Nader, do you ever open spam, or do you just periodically flush your spam folder?
For sure, if I don't know the sender, I don't open it. But for this, if I have like a newsletter, I'm a subscriber, and they are marketing their services or whatever, I may check it to see if it suits me or not. But for these products, I didn't subscribe to their websites. I never open it. Just block the sender.
Right. So you opted in to receive their email. In other words.
Yes. And if you see like so many emails, you opt out. So you.
Have you
but
opted
now with
out
this,
before?
for sure, so many times, and because now with this emails filters, we talked about this before. These smart filters. With these smart filters, it makes your life easier for sure.
Yeah. The smart filters are not perfect. So I still have to look at my spam folder and make sure I'm not getting an email from a potential student which happens twice a year. I get an important email actually ends up in my spam folder. I mean, very, very rarely. But sometimes that important email could be money for me. So I have to check, even though it just takes a minute, every other day or every third day or something, but to just quickly scan down. But I still feel like I have to do that.
Sure, you have to do. If you are selling any services, you have to do it because you may lose important customers or many customers if you don't. And if you say it's like twice a year, this is very, very good rate for me. Because I saw filters which are much stupid. Not as smart as your filters.
Yeah, it rarely happens, but nevertheless. Heidi, do you ever look at emails that end up in your spam filter?
Before I exchanged a lot of mail with my friend, and I opened the email every day, 3 times or 4 times, and I sent response immediately. But nowadays, a lot of some kind of spam. You won the 1 million yen, like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to open that.
Lately, I'm getting a lot of spam from like Citicorp and major, huge companies. Why are these guys Actually, if somebody could explain that to me, why are these enormous companies, Bank of America and Citicorp and Walmart, why are these enormous companies sending me junk mail? Really? They need to they need to use this sort of very ineffective advertising. I've read that unsolicited email gets a response roughly on average 1 out of every 100,000. I mean, that's.
Have you bought in that place? eBay or some.
I mean, I suppose a gazillion years ago, I probably had a Citibank card. I had a Bank of America bank account back in 1990, like 25 years ago, but that's it. And Walmart, I've never signed anything for Walmart. I've been in Walmart.
Walmart and eBay or Amazon, a lot of companies selling the same thing, so it's competitive.
Yeah, I know, but I don't understand why they would be using spam email to try to get customers. Telling me, you've already pre-qualified for a credit card, free, $5,000 credit, and then they send me like 10 of these a day. which I never answer or never even open. So, but why? This is like a multinational $100 billion company. Why would they use such ineffectual advertising? I don't get it. Just makes me hate them even more than I already do.
But I guess they have the profit is for them is more than the harm they get from sacrificing their reputation. So I guess
Their reputation. Yeah, I suppose
yes.
they wouldn't do it if it wasn't, if it didn't generate income or generate business. I guess
For
you're
sure,
right.
for sure.
Logically speaking, you must be right. Still, it astounds me.
So it's like 5 persons
Shocked.
like you.
Actually. Anyway,
5 persons
there's one
hated.
kind of advertising I really do not much appreciate. Thank you very, very much, but no thank you. I remember, speaking of internet advertising, I remember when pop-ups were a huge problem. But this seems to, I haven't seen a pop-up in forever, of course, because I have the proper software, I suppose. Do you guys ever see pop-ups on the internet anymore? I just
If you have
never see them
AdBlock,
anymore. Nader?
because you have before I had, but now with AdBlocker I don't
I
see
think
it.
I lost you. Can't hear you. Heidi, do you ever see pop-ups on the internet?
No,
Nope.
I've never seen that.
Okay. Problem of the past. Advertising of the past. It used to be you go to a web page and then you get a pop-up, and for advertising things not even related to whatever you were trying to search for or look for on the internet. Do you think?
Hello?
Hi. There you go. You're back.
Hi. Yes, before I used to, but now with these ad blockers I don't see it.
Yeah. All right. So, thing of the past, and that's good. Have you? Here's another kind of. Speaking of the internet and intrusive and advertising, I hate. All right. Maybe there's some bit of software that you really want. I don't know. Voice recorder, just as an example. Oh, I want to use voice recording. So you go to download some free open source software, and in order to download it, it forces you to download some other, I don't know, security things or deregister your files, blah, blah, blah. So you end up adding all these things, which then you have to piece by piece remove, and it's a giant pain in the neck. You just wanted the voice recorder. You don't want 4 or 5 different things, and search engine, it adds a search engine to your browser, and you have to be very careful about that stuff. And really, it's probably adding adware. Have you ever had an experience like that? You try to download something, and you end up downloading 6 things.
Free downloading is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Japan, it had a criminal. Someone created some download system. Then someone downloaded. At the same time, they sent some virus. Virus can control their computer. So the person controlling other computer to have some blackmail. I set some explosive in a studio or something. So, police arrested that person who had a computer.
Wild.
Then he needed to quit his job. But after that, many people had the same problem. Then the criminal was only one person. He created such virus.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I hate that adware stuff, and it's possible.
But if you if you are careful when you are doing an installation, you just choose custom installation. Don't go for the automatic one. So you can untick every adware every additional software you don't need, because they cannot force you to download all of these unless you choose automatic installation or this quick setup. So you have to go for the custom installation every time, and they check everything, because you think that it is checked by default, and you don't think that you need to untick it. Then you find that you already agreed to install all of this junk.
Exactly right, and that is great advice. And I do that, and my home computer is generally clean. But then I have a laptop, which I frequently lend to my sister-in-law, who's a 15-year-old girl. Forget it. She wants to download every game, every stupid Korean pop song, free music tone, screensaver, every stupid thing you can imagine. So about once a month, I have to completely spend hours, with my laptop playing doctor, major surgery, because, good luck with teenage girls trying to get them to not download stupid things. Anyway, you know what I mean. Anyway. I have fun with that. Anyway, thank you. We are definitely out of time. I got to go because I got to start another class. Thank you, Heidi and Nader and Max, wherever you may be.
Goodbye.
All right, bye for
Thank
now.
you.
Talk to you again
See
soon.
you.